Hello. It's been a while. I did not intend to go on a break, but it just happened that I got busy with life and work and whatever. But good news is, in the meantime, I took a step back to look at my content over the past year. The time I took off also helped me develop this.
What did you do? Me? I didn't do anything. What did you do?
If you're interested, you can check out that full skit in the link down below. But in terms of this channel, I just wanted to focus more on like TV and movie breakdowns, commentary style videos than I have been. You know, I moved on from my gaming content over to another channel a while ago because I sort of felt that that was more filler content anyway, and I wasn't that happy with the end product, and I still believe that. I haven't really been posting on that channel because of that exact same problem. But that leads to another problem, which is that I have a job and I have other things to do outside of doing YouTube, because as fun as this is, it doesn't exactly pay the bills. Which leads to this problem where it's been like 2 months since I last uploaded because I just haven't had time to put together the thing that I wanted to put together. I do have my first deep dive into a TV show, which is actually the Frasier reboot that's coming out soon, but that video is not quite ready yet. So, in the meantime, let's take a look at some dumb shit.
So, you said today, as you often say, that you live in Singapore. Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
No, Senator.
Have you ever applied for Chinese citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation in Singapore. No, I did not.
Do you have a Singaporean passport?
Yes, and I served my military for two and a half years in Singapore.
Do you have any other passports from any other nations?
No, Senator.
Your wife is an American citizen. Your children are American citizens.
That's correct.
Have you ever applied for American citizenship?
No, not yet.
Okay. Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
Sexual boredom is running rampant, according to Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson. Let's hear what they have to say about this.
The amount of sexual boredom in the society is extraordinary. So you have more sexual choice and variety available than literally any time in human history, given free license by the state, because there are no intermediate social institutions in which sort of informal mechanisms of disapproval could make themselves felt. And one of the things, it turns out psychologically, that human beings are turned on by is taboo.
That's just kind of inaccurate. Like, okay, I kind of get what he's saying in terms of, like, part of it is, like, the rush of, like, ooh, we shouldn't be doing this and stuff like that. But also, at the same time, like, most people, I don't know if I'd say most people, but a lot of people aren't that experimental in terms of sexual things. And so, you know, to be like, oh, well, there's no taboo options anymore, so nothing is, like, that out of the question, so a lot of people just think everything is normal. That's just not true. It's just, like, your feeling on the matter.
Tend to get bored, and then the question is...
Yeah, well, there's no novelty.
Right, exactly. Novelty goes away, and particularly men are driven by sexual novelty. It's something that is very deeply ingrained. And the power of what marriage was supposed to be is it takes this short-term hedonic desire, and it's said, because female virtue still existed, that in order for you to obtain this, you're going to have to sublimate that desire for the building of something greater.
Okay, all right, hold on. Time out. What? First off, back when women had morals, you know, like the 30s and 40s, when they couldn't talk without being smacked by their husbands and told to shut up and go into the kitchen. So that's one thing. Secondly, men being driven by sexual novelty. Novelty is just like experiencing something that you haven't before. So saying that, like, there is no morals, no systems to say that this is wrong, like the taboo thing that we're just talking about, doesn't mean that it makes it any less novel. Especially if you haven't done it before. It's still just as novel. For example, if you're saying, oh, well, porn these days will show anything. If you're not in the porn, you still haven't experienced that thing. You know what I mean?
But again, that gets back to kind of the fundamental premise that you were speaking to, which is there is this narrative of accepted values that we all used to live inside of. And when you destroy that narrative by saying, for some reason, that it's not true because it's not coming out of your own head, well, once that happens, we don't hold the common narrative, there are no common narratives. And if there are no common narratives and everything is then acceptable, then what exactly is the taboo? Where does the sublimation?
Hey, Ben. Fucking pardon? I don't think any of that made any kind of sense whatsoever. I think what he's trying to say is because there's no larger movement of America telling people that this specific thing is bad, then that means that anyone is just free to do whatever they want. And first off, that's just not happening. There is still millions of things that you could try in the bedroom or try just in general that are still considered taboo and still considered like morally reprehensible. Most conservatives don't even like it when men paint their fingernails, let alone like anything to have to do with subjects that people have historically not liked to talk about in public.
Do you think you'd be happier as a boy? My mom would never allow.
I got an ad that was called Gender Transformations, The Untold Realities. Hold on. What is this? I am very curious.
Please. No. I need you to leave. Ivy, no. Where are you getting this from?
Where are you getting
masquerading?
When did parents become enemy number one?
You know, I was wondering if this was pro or anti being trans. I think I know my answer now.
From the top, the major corporations, governments.
Yeah, oh yes, the major corporations, you know, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, they all want you to be trans.
You have a pipeline that's also in the education system.
So today we're going to talk a bit about genders. We are here to support you.
How dare you, as a school, teach about gender? Blasphemous. I really want to watch this now. I'm more interested in this than the video I was watching.
I've talked to hundreds, if not thousands of parents. Our stories are all the same.
They told my parents if I wasn't allowed to transition, I would be at risk of suicide.
This was a group where
From a detransitioner. What the hell is this graph? No, seriously, what is this graph? It's because it just says depression, and then it's like an arrow to your armpit. What? Hey guys, if you ever go to your doctor and they're kind of feeling around for any like lumps or anything in your armpits, just let them know that that's where depression comes from. Just take that out of there, and then you'll be all good and happy. And not trans, apparently. I wonder how long this is. Like, is this like a movie? Is this like a documentary? Because it's like a minute and it's destroyed my health.
Feel even more hopeless. And then I felt down, I felt tired, I felt
There's another.
exhausted.
So it's just gonna be all detransitioners. This is just
I'll never be the same.
like Matt Walsh's thing again.
They never talk about how much harm is being caused.
You know Josh of Blue Club? Mm-hmm. He says our closest family are often our worst enemies.
It's separating kids from their parents.
the state has to...
I'm sorry. So, conservatives, they want to be pro-family and pro, like, you can't possibly have a bad, relationship with your parents because they're the people that's going to be there for you forever, and they birthed you, and blah, blah, blah. And then also, at the same time, our closest family is our greatest enemy. That is the most conflicting message ever. We're just gonna jump in front of a train. I think yes, because the next thing says, I miss you so much. That entire thing, the character, I'm presuming the main character of that, was still, like, presenting as female? But they were, like, detransitioned from female to male. You're not gonna, like, cut your hair or, like, wear more masculine clothes. Now, I'm not saying that, like, that's what makes a man a man. But if you're that, like, I transition and then I'm transitioning back, wouldn't you not want to do that anymore? Or do they make them do that for the documentary? In which case, that seems kind of fucked up. Back to the Ben Shapiro video, please. I spent way too much time on that.
Right? So it's long-term plus the social. Yeah, well, so you can do that. You can think about this technically as well. If there's no uniting narrative, here's the necessary consequences. First of all, there's no higher order superordinate aim And that means motivation itself on the positive side takes a hit, because we experience positive motivation and the impetus to move forward. So that would be curiosity, hope, inspiration, enthusiasm, even aesthetic interest. We experience that only in relationship to an aim. And so if you destroy the ultimate aim, you destroy the structure upon which reward itself is dependent, apart from satiation-induced rewards. Okay, so you lose positive emotion. Then you multiply negative emotion. And the reason you do that is because one of the things...
Okay, so his argument against being more sexually free in modern society is that you lose positive emotion and gain more negative emotion. Like the stupidest math problem I've ever heard of. How does one thing lead to a snowball effect of that? It doesn't. It just doesn't.
Is if you produce a multiplicity of aims, then you increase anxiety proportionately. Now, there's probably some optimization function so that like a choice between 3 aims is great and a choice between 100 is devastating. Okay, so that's 2 things that happens when the unifying overarching theme disappears. But there's...
Hey, Jordan? Are you high? Because none of that made any sense. That wasn't a functional use of the English language at all. It wasn't even what they were talking about. They were talking about like how like systems in the US and people don't say that anything is sexually taboo anymore, which means that it decreases your experience with it and makes you more bored because everything is, there's no rush of like, ooh, we shouldn't be doing this. But then now you're talking about choosing between 3 or 100 axis points? Jordan, what?
There's a relationship between scarcity and deprivation and value, right? And so if you are surfeited by a stimulus, let's say, or a resource, so you're overfed, as soon as you're not hungry, food is of no interest. If you're stuffed, food is nauseating.
In a way, they are correct in terms of if you have like the same food over and over again, like for instance, if you have like pizza every day, even if you love pizza, if you have pizza every day for 30 days in a row, eventually at some point in those 30 days, you're going to say, I don't really want the pizza anymore. Even if you love pizza, that's just the reality of the situation. So in a way, they are correct about that. But also sex is not the same as food. Yeah, you know what I mean? And the boredom that they're talking about is more so, I think, you do the same activities every time, which is do a different thing. It doesn't have to be... the thing isn't either have sex or don't have sex. There's a medium in there. And that's where, you switch things up a little bit. I'm done with this video now. I'm bored. I'm going to take a look at one more. Does body count matter? Ben Shapiro did a video with Destiny. If you don't know who Destiny is, good, don't look him up. I'm worried about this. Let's just skip.
Rapid fire questions.
And the answer, my answer was go to church. Religion. Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
Well, we could talk about religion, but that's not rapid fire at all. Let me ask, this is from the internet. Does body count matter?
Jesus Christ. You're really bringing up the red pill stuff.
Are you avoiding answering?
I mean, it depends on who you are.
Oh,
if you're somebody that doesn't care about it, it doesn't. If you're somebody that does care about it, yeah, it does, of course. Depends on the...
The answer is yes.
Okay. Should porn be banned?
No. The answer... Okay, hold on. Wait, you skipped over that way too quickly without any kind of dialogue on it whatsoever. The answer is what Destiny said. It depends on the other person. It depends on, like, okay, so if you are a person who values, for some reason, purity in the sense of, like, oh, I haven't slept with anyone or only, like, a couple of people, then yeah, you're probably not going to like it if someone has a higher body count. But at the same time, why does it matter? It shouldn't matter. The thing is, that stuff is told to you that, hey, it should matter because you shouldn't sleep around. And obviously there are some reasons not to in terms of like STDs and whatever. But as long as you're being safe about it, does it really matter? Like the difference? And also, should porn be banned? No, absolutely not. And it's so funny that these are the same people that are like, we are all for American freedom, and we are gonna stand up to the tyranny of the system. But then anytime anything goes against what they specifically want, their first reaction is ban it. And they complain about liberals doing that all the time. But honestly, they do it more. Like, again, porn, evil, ban it. Being gay, evil, ban it. Wanting gun control, evil, ban it. More guns, actually, is the answer. And none of that... You're talking about people just having a knee-jerk reaction to banning things. How is that freedom? It's the opposite.
If you could do it, yes. There's no benefit to pornography. It's a waste of time and destructive to the human soul.
I can't believe I'm asking this question.
That's not... Hey, again, Ben, the person who constantly complains about, you're making me... I don't want to see the pronouns you use, and I don't have to because we live in a free country, also says the benefit, does it matter what benefit? Nothing. Just because something exists or doesn't exist, that doesn't mean that it has to inherently provide value. You know what doesn't provide value to anything? Crocs. Stupidest footwear that has ever been existed. But should it be banned? No, it shouldn't be. Because that's dumb. Socks, now, Crocs with socks, that should be banned because that's a plight against God, but that's a different discussion.
Is OnlyFans empowering or destructive for women?
Jesus. These are rapid fire?
Yeah, just you can't...
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is a better video to react to, by the way, than the first one. But the answer is no. It doesn't matter whether or not it's destructive or liberating. It's just a thing that exists. If you don't appreciate that thing, if you don't want to watch it, and if you don't want to support that in terms of monetary things, then hey, I have the solution for you. Don't go on OnlyFans. But if you want to, you can. And hey, guess what that's called? The free market. The thing that Ben is supposedly hugely in favor of, but not when it's porn. Because then that's evil, and how dare you even think about it.
I mean, it's probably empowering for the ones that are making a lot of money off it. It probably feels disempowering for others that feel affected by the cultural norms set by women that do OnlyFans. There's my rapid-fire answer.
It's destructive to even the ones who are making a lot of money, because when you degrade yourself to being just a set of human body characteristics that other people jack off to, it's bad for you and it's bad for them.
It's not, if you enjoy it, if that is the thing that brings you joy in terms of content creation, in terms of being able to support yourself financially, it doesn't matter. It does. No one cares. And if you do care, you're weird. You're being weird. Just stop it.
Is rap music?
Absolutely.
Have you evolved on this? Or?
Have I evolved on this? So, again, I'm going to go to what's the definition of music. My original argument about rap was that music involves the following three elements: rhythm, melody, harmony. Rap typically involves maybe one of those. There may be a melody, maybe sometimes. So it depends on the kind of rap. With that said,
wait,
I
whoa,
could be
hang on.
convinced on this issue, but
Time out. It maybe involves a melody, maybe. Hey, you skipped a pretty big thing of the thing that you even said, which was rhythm, which... I don't know if you've ever listened to rap music, but that is like, I don't know, one of the tenets of it is being able to flow with the beat of the song. What else would you call that, Ben? That is what rhythm is. Being able to stay on beat and being able to say, or in this case rap, what the lyrics of the song are. That's what rhythm is. And even the melody being that you said might contain within a rap song, melodies only work because of rhythm from different instruments. That's all music is rhythm and timing based off of certain sounds that the human ears like. That's all music is. That's why if you get those, I don't know if you've ever seen those videos, but like where they play a very popular song, but the drums are like a beat before they're supposed to be or a beat after they're supposed to be, it completely ruins that song. Even if it's a super popular mega song, if part of the notes are played in the wrong order, then it doesn't sound good. It sounds like a random jarble of noise, which is, again, the rhythm of being able to play together as a group in a band. That's what rhythm is, and that's what fundamentally makes up any piece of music, including rap music. You dunce individual. Also, this.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television. Dog, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents.
I don't even know if I have to comment about this. To be quite honest, there are a couple of good bars in there towards the beginning, but at the end, again, the thing that he loses is rhythm with the music. The thing that he's complaining doesn't exist in rap music. Maybe only when you make it, Ben. Alright, well, I think I'm done looking at Ben Shapiro now for the day, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Going forward, like I said in the beginning of the intro, I'm going to be taking a look more at some TV shows and movies, kind of go more in depth about it. I'm really excited. I don't want to just do political things on this channel like today's episode was, but I just thought it would be fun to goof on some goofy people for a little bit. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode where I'm talking about the Frasier reboot. Surprisingly pretty good. But again, I'll talk about it more in the next episode. Goodbye!